2013 Nebraska crop budgets estimates are out. There are 53 budgets for 16 different crops in the state. Last year's numbers saw a 15% increase, and Roger Wilson says 2013 will see movement in the same direction.
For the most part, they're up. Again, that's, I think, no surprise,
right,
but it is kind of a major story. And I think the reasons they're up is varied from last year a little bit. I know last year we talked about the reason they were up was because we'd increased the cost of machinery quite a bit. That's not the story this year. This year, the reason they're up is because seeds higher, except for a couple of exceptions. Herbicide prices are higher, except for a couple of exceptions. And the things that have really gone up quite a bit is our real estate costs.
This for Nebraska, this is 16 crops, by the way, I should mention.
Yes, there are 16 different crops in this set of budgets and 53 budgets, so there are some crops where we have multiple budgets. We have to have different budgets for the dryland corn versus the irrigated corn. And we also have different budgets for the gravity irrigated corn compared to the pivot irrigated corn. So they all have different budgets, and sometimes there gets to be quite a few budgets for each of the crops.
And they're across the state, so corn is the same from East Nebraska to West Nebraska, the budget.
Yes, that's right. They used to do budgets by district, but we're not doing them by district now. The costs are pretty much the same, and these are just cost budgets. We don't do any returns, so even though the yields vary throughout the state, we're not dealing with returns. There is one difference, though, that we really don't account for, and that's as you move across the straight west, you have to put on more irrigation water. So our irrigation budgets, we kind of pick something we think is representative kind of in the middle, and people can adjust those budgets where they put on more or less water.
Well, middle might be best case scenario this year. Let's talk about some of the good things. Fertilizer prices down.
Fertilizer prices are down except for anhydrous. We go out and we ask the dealers. We have some friends who are dealers, and they will share their information. We don't share their names, and so they think that for the most part, fertilizer prices are going to be down, except for anhydrous. It appears it's going to be up.
The two big ones that are rising, real estate and crop insurance. We'll get to crop insurance in a second. The interesting thing you told me about real estate is you're looking at last year's, essentially.
Yeah, we like to base these budgets on surveys. And of course, the latest survey we have is the survey that was done last year. And Bruce Johnson's doing a survey this year that we're not going to have until about June. So we base our budgets on last year's survey. And the price of real estate was up quite a bit last year, and it'll probably be up quite a bit this year.
Yeah, you don't want to see those numbers. Crop insurance, it's specific to each county, is that correct?
Yeah, the crop insurance, we did it a different way this year. Before we kind of thought, we used a number that we kind of thought was a representative number. This year, we went on a website that the Risk Management Agency has, and we put some numbers in, and the rates vary from county to county. So we tried to use some representative counties. For corn and soybeans, we used Buffalo County. For wheat, we used Keith County, and we tried to pick a county that was representative of that type of crop.
Overall, corn, soybeans, wheat, all up?
Our numbers are pretty much up this year. We're using the higher numbers this year for crop insurance.
Seed-wise? What are we looking at for
Seed-wise,
input costs
most of the seeds are higher. There are a few that are lower, a couple. Apparently Roundup Ready 2 soybean seed's down, and sorghum safe seed is down. But other than that, either the same or higher.